You expose her to abuse, abject, poverty. She loses self-esteem, self-worth. A woman is nothing.
All the men who are in such cultures need to change these things, because I've seen it happen to my mom, and I still see it happen in the society. Africa at large. Uplift our daughters, uplift our mothers, uplift our sisters. Culture is not a stagnant thing. Culture is the way of life for the people as time evolves.
Absolutely.
So as such,
I don't even want to mention it, but we have to.
I think heads on. We have to go with it heads on. It's very common in a lot of African cultures where a lot of the women, things are taken away from them just because they're women, right?
As culture, like it's cultural to disinherit your female child.
What is the burden? What is the impact of denying a lot of daughters or the woman her right to inheritance of her father's property?
Oh my goodness, the impact is just
so huge.
Yes, you expose her to abuse.
Absolutely.
Abject, poverty, and she loses self-esteem, self-worth. Sometimes, people deal with you because you're nobody, especially in a country like Nigeria where intimidation prevails. If you're not having anything, you will be living a miserable life.
To be fair, that's a very common practice across entire Africa.
Yes.
And it's unbelievable, but that's the reality of a lot of the cultures we come from. Imagine our mothers had been given such inheritance, how much that would have impacted the lives of both the males and the females as their children.
Absolutely. If we have all the men really questioning these things, maybe that would bring a quicker change.
Absolutely.
Because culture is something that some people are willing and ready to die for.
But I thought culture was meant to serve us, not we serving culture.
Exactly. But if you are saying that disinheriting a female child will make her stay in marriage, whether it's a bad arrangement or not, then you have a problem.
Absolutely.
Because you are encouraging abuse. Even in the southeastern part of Nigeria, you see some of the daughters, they are given out in marriage and they go there and the treatment is so bad. You see them come back home to their father's homes. And when you are being subjected to, physical, emotional abuse, like what do you do with your life?
You need to take yourself out of it before you lose your life.
Yes. And you see these things happening.
Yes.
Even without the change in the culture. A lot of the female children have also remained in marriage. They have died because they are nobody. They don't have
anyone to look out for them.
Yes, so it's a form of abuse.
And it's more of like when they go back to their father's house, they are not their second class family member or kind of thing.
They tell you it's an abomination. Whatever happens in the society, women tend to get the blame. So
these kind of cultural practices that we do in our families, in our communities, how it's beginning to even play out in a larger extent in the society, especially like in institutions. You see that a lady or a woman is qualified to be the boss of the department.
Yes.
But just because she's a woman, she's not entitled to this. Like she cannot, that they feel like she should not be entitled to that right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's just almost like the inheritance pattern. So I'm wondering, this mindset, we carry it to the workplace.
Yeah, because remember, the men who are, practicing
these things, right?
Yes, and also benefiting are the same people you see in workplaces.
Exactly.
They are the ones you see everywhere.
So how will they allow the woman to excel?
Like it's a tough place for a woman to exist.
I know.
And the whole argument against stopping this whole culture just does not make sense.
You see, these kind of practices are the more reason why the black woman, particularly from Africa, is the most disenfranchised, the most disrespected woman because of these kind of ungodly practices that we do. And I ask myself, in this 21st century, why practice such things? And you step out of the shores of Africa and you see women doing great things because they are given opportunity to do them, because the women rise up to the occasion just as the men.
Yes.
And you get back into your own culture or community and it's different. The very men who are saying that, oh no, the woman cannot inherit this, she cannot do that, they get outside the shores of Africa, they are worshiping. In fact, they are able to, they are in meetings with other women.
Yes.
Deliberating over decisions on the same level, equal par, right?
Yes.
However, when they get back to their communities, the women are supposed to be part of some meetings. The woman is not equal like the man. Yes. And it's so appalling.
Yes,
and
it's a shame.
I just think women need to do better. And that starts with me.
Amen. So
if you are a man watching me, you are listening to this, what are you and I doing to change this narrative?
And if you're a female, how do you feel about these practices? Do you think that you're less of your father's child? And if we have men regarding their female children to the extent of not disinheriting them, maybe that can start changing one home at a time. It's more of kind of appealing to the conscience of the people who benefit from these practices, and also from the people who encourage these practices.
I agree. So I want to use this opportunity to call upon all the men who are in such cultures, who are in such communities, who are in such practices, who are encouraging such things, be it at the workplace, be it in your community, be it in the government institutional level, that we need to change these things. I'm calling upon any tribe that practice such thing. In fact, Africa at large, that we need to stop such practice and uplift our daughters, uplift our mothers, uplift our sisters. That is the only way they can be on the same playing field and be able to go to do greater things for the nation, for the country, for the world at large. Our daughters need such an opportunity to thrive and be on the same playing field like the females from other parts of the Western continent,
and continue to have sense of belonging in the society where they are raised.
Let's stop putting them in a box and let them thrive. Culture is meant to serve us, to serve our purpose, to fit into what we are and what we do.
So please leave a comment below if you think that men need to do better, in terms of how they see the female gender and what they think of us. For us women, how do you feel? Leave a comment below as well. Have you, encountered a man who tells you you're less or you shouldn't talk? Or if you talk about, these things that you're not a wife material, or that you're less of a
child or something. Your father's daughter.
Yes, please leave a comment below. Let's have this conversation
going.